we heard loads of messages about servanthood, or humility. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't absent from the culture. It was just the problem is that it was redefined.
Hmm.
We redefined what it meant. It's like, hey, the way that we love people, the way that we serve people is by leading them, by giving them strong vision, by modeling for them, and so it's like the heart intent is often super correct.
Yeah.
It's just how it's being applied is actually not producing the fruit that we hope it is. And obviously, eventually, you find out, like, you see what the fruit is. And I think many people, maybe those who are listening, who are maybe in some hierarchical environments, could be doing a fantastic job. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think
Yeah,
that's a
absolutely.
really interesting thing with this is it's just so subtle, so
Yeah.
subtle.
I mean, my favorite when I was a kid was was to read through the Old Testament during sermons, and my dad was
Okay.
preaching. So my dad, and boy, that the line of Old Testament kings and prophets is like just like crazy. And it's wild to me how there were kings uh that were good kings and the whole country prospered in those times, right? But there were a lot of really bad kings that did terrible things. And so that's what I wanna I think that affirms what you're saying is that
Yes.
you can be a really good king and your whole church can prosper in a more traditional monolithic hierarchical position. But that structure in and of itself lends to some really bad kings and some really
Yes.
dangerous positions.
Yeah, you're
Um,
absolutely right.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's
but
interesting that God, actually allows for kings. Like he actually mentions it. Hey, when cry out for a king or whatever, he gives rules around it, like earlier on. But then when they actually ask for a king, he's kind of a bit annoyed with them.
yeah,
Yeah, and I
yeah,
think it's because that their kingship is supposed to be in the mix. But the
yeah,
promised king, of course, is Jesus.
yeah,
And so I find whenever we sort of try and we're jostling for position a little bit. Yeah, you can do it in a misguided way. You can do it with good heart and God will be quite gracious, but it's not a great idea, is it?